The working principle of the world is explained in the movie. This only still seems crazy to uninformed, naive, but especially stubborn deniers. Because if you do a little bit of research, you can just see that what the government tells us in the mainstream media and the newspapers, it's all fake. Reality is that they control the world. You have this Boris Johnson who was against big government and for the people, and he was just controlled. They work with control both sides, control the government and control the opposition. And Rand Paul, he is opposition. Maybe you don't know him, he's the son of Ron Paul. You do know Ron Paul. Also against big government, we should use gold as money, but they are just controlled. And Trump works with them, Putin is controlled by them. Just like Gorbachev, this whole perestroika, end of communism, it was all a plan. It was all planned. It did not just happen. That's something you have to realize. And Trump works with Netanyahu. They want to make Israel the last country on earth that rules the whole world. And Trump said, we are 200% behind Israel, 1000%. It will always be there. I mean, America is nothing. And this is one of these false, I repeat, false Jews that pretend to be Jews, but they worship Satan. Because it says in the Kabbalah, there's only one God, that's Satan. Satan rules this world. It's not what they believe, it's worse than that, it's what they know, they're convinced of it. And they work for Satan to take over this world. It's also an order from the Kabbalah. And here you see David Bowie, yes, it's everywhere with this Kabbalah schedule. And in the Kabbalah it says something along the lines of, you have to make sure that at one point this world is only occupied by Jews. I mean, whether Jews are genetically different or they're just a made-up people, I think they're just made up, but that's irrelevant. They just said, like, okay, these people in Israel, they are Jews, and according to the Kabbalah, we have to take over the world. I mean, that's what they work with. You can go against this and say, well, that's not possible, but look at the evidence. This is really happening now. There are hints of aliens everywhere. And then we get to the Bible, and the Bible is not this religious book, there are also some facts in it. And it says, they perish, that's us, the people, the non-Jews, they perish because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. And this is the essence of our world. And also it says, for this reason, God, that's the aliens, we can forget about this God, says them a powerful delusion so that they will believe the lie. This powerful delusion is, for example, space travel, totally fake. Politicians that are controlled, that they are not chosen, they are put in place. And all these things together are the powerful delusion that most people believe in. So we have two essential things, like refuse to love the truth so be safe, and this powerful delusion that's going on Earth. It's really true. Like, for example, this space travel, what a bullshit. I mean, they're hanging in harnesses, and it's very hard to hang this way, apparently, and they always have to pull up their legs because of that. And one of these guys forgot, we're in a harness, we should not show it to people, and he bent over, he's on strings. And there are other of these videos, and you can just see it for yourself. And even nerds that are always into all technical things, NASA, National Geographic, oh yes, they can only think of these things. Even some of these nerds have admitted that, okay, this cannot be true, we are fooled. And that's really an accomplishment, because for them it's extra difficult. And then it says also in the Kabbalah, because it's all about the Kabbalah, if you share your evil plans with others, like the attack, 9/11 attack, even when they don't understand it, your karma is lifted. So they announce 9/11 in a half-hidden way, like with this Leonard Cohen song, and he made the farewell sign to the Twin Towers, to unburden their karma. It's what they believe in. It says so in the Kabbalah. That's why he had 9/11 announced, and many other things. I will not go into that now in the Illuminati card games. It's all real. And but the accepting, that's the hard part. Accepting, like, this cannot all be a coincidence. That's so difficult. And then we get to the Bible, like this Thessalonians 2:10 again. They refuse to love the truth because it's in your face. That things are not as they seem, but just refuse to accept it. And we get to this movie, it's the movie Shrek, and there is explained, like, everything's different and you're fooled, but you get a chance because of this unburdening of karma. They explain it in this movie. Shrek is about this ogre, this some sort of monster, and he's the nice guy. And in this movie, he wants to be feared again and live life like when he was a bachelor. Here he's at the birthday party of his children that become one. So busy, and he doesn't want to be like this father anymore. He wants to be free and live like when he was a bachelor. And he meets Satan. It's a metaphor for Satan, of course. And he's reeling him in. Like, buy these stocks, get this big loan for your house, work with a defense company, produce weapons that kill people. All these things are wrong. It's all deals with the devil.
Alright, I knew it. So what do you want? A day. A day. Oh, rest that!
And he's telling him he wants a day of his life in the past, and he can live like a real ogre one day. That's the deal.
You gotta give something to get something. In this case, you gotta give a day to get a day. That's all. I can't just pick up and leave my family. Oh, but that's the best part, Shrek. It's a magical contract. No one will even know you're gone. And by the time this day is up, you are gonna feel like a changed ogre. Still, I don't know. Hey, no problem. Forget it. No big deal. Hey, yeah, white meat or dark meat? So what day would I have to give up?
Okay, he is gonna sign this contract.
Oh, I don't know. You signed it. So, tell me, what happens now? Have a nice day.
Nothing bad happens, he just becomes this ogre for a day again.
I want my keys. Which is why the window goes up to this very day. Oh, great. And then we head over the river and through the woods we come across.
Well, devil kept his promise. One day he's an ogre again. And he's happy.
Great to be wanted again. Ooh, nice one.
And that's his wife, Fiona. And he realizes things have gone wrong. Like the stock market will collapse, house prices will go down, and the debts are incredible on these houses that should never have been there. All these mortgages. There will be a revolution, people will be tricked. Every time we are tricked, that's the message of this movie. That was his house with his wife and children. It's so gone now.
Alright, Grumble.
And he wants to find out what happened. And he searches for the devil. But he's caught, he's going to Satan. another deal with the devil that's gone wrong, because all these deals with the devil eventually fail for us.
You couldn't even remember. A day when you were an innocent, mindless little thing.
He's explaining now he traded one day of his youth, and it was the day he was born.
You took the day I was born. No, Shrek. You gave it to me. Enjoy this while your car's still skin, because when there's a day in itself. But, you haven't heard the best part? Since you were never born, when this day comes to an end, so will you. Where's Fiona? Where's my family? Silly little ogre. You don't get it, do you? See, you were never born. You never met Fiona. Your kids don't exist.
It's all these horrible things, but that also happened to us. All these world wars, all these horrible things, revolutions, everything was a trick and a setup. We are fooled now also. But we also always get a chance, and that's what's explained in this movie.
What did you say? Talking about the exit clause.
Exit clause.
Used to be you had to guess his name, but now everybody knows who from Sicilian is. Donkey, I've read the fine print. There's nothing about an exit clause in here. You didn't expect him to make it easy for you.
You didn't expect it to make them easy for you, because it's difficult to find out all these hints everywhere, and then it's difficult to accept it.
Hey, let me show you how it's done. I didn't spend all that time around the witch without picking up a few tricks. Your tiny little wolf brain couldn't begin to comprehend the complexity of my polyganic foldability. Oh, God, what are you doing? Hey, I can't get my origami on unless you back off. Hey, okay, here's what you got to do. You got to fold this piece, make this little match up here, and bring this on here like this, and do it just right. Show you what you do. There. Try lose bliss. Now who's lose? Give me that. True love's kiss. Hey, where you at? Take it. First. According to fairy tale law, if not fully satisfied, true love's kiss will render this contract null and void. Donkey, you did it! Oh, look at you!
True love's kiss, he has to kiss Fiona. We live in a world controlled by Satan. These false Jews, these Hasidic rabbis at the top, they control the world. That's a satanic world. And if you're not cool with that, if you're not fine with that, you get a chance to change it all. Like this Thesalonians in the Bible, it says, if you refuse to love the truth, then you will perish. But if you honor the truth, you will live. And that's one of these clues. And there are a few examples of the thousands of hints that are in the media. They're not only these hints how to escape, but big terrorist events, wisdom, symbolism, all sorts of related things are all over the media. Like these Freemasons with the black and white in the fashion industry, word games, Mind Dead, Madonna with devils on the podium, and she makes the Heil Hitler salute, because this was also part of the plan for the New World Order, the takeover of the world in the end, as it says in the Kabbalah. They just made it up. That's why Merkel does it, the president of Germany, and Netanyahu is implying that she's the daughter of Hitler. She probably is. And she's making this pyramid sign, upside down pyramid, like Hitler also did. And these are all these clues that you can know, hey, there's something wrong. Of course there's something wrong. Holy shit. And this triangle with the eye for Satan, that's in the dollar also. It is also in the Givenchy, one of these fashion brands. It's in the fashion industry. There are a lot of these hints everywhere and this symbolism. Doctors of the dark side, like these Doctors Without Borders that pretend that Ebola is real. All these things are everywhere. United Nations are fake. And the nuclear war will come. And the earth is for sale because who wants it? And the Twin Towers attack was announced in many places or hinted at. And this is probably the best example. I think it was in some newspaper at some time. This was all real. So we could have known many things. But we should have known about this working principle, of course, and almost nobody did at that time. But we do now. The space travel, that's so fake. NASA implies Satan, of course. What else? Triangle everywhere. And then this Kingsman, this movie, we had this church, and it says here, America is doomed. And in this movie, one guy with a gun shot all these churchgoers. And then it really happened in real life in Texas, in a church that looked very similar to the church from the movie. I mean, this is so crystal clear. This is so the same thing. Nobody can deny that this was first in a movie. But if you still do deny that, you are stubbornly refusing to accept the truth, just like it says in the Bible. It's not a religious book, there's also facts in it. I mean, so this is the working principle of the world. Like, first you get a warning, like in a movie or so, to unburden their karma, and then it really happens in real life. And all these Satanists everywhere, almost all the famous people are into all these things. And Madonna, of course, she's one of them. And here it's implied that Hoover Dam will break. Here's the water flowing from Hoover Dam. And 9/11 and Twin Towers uniting, when they fell, they were united, was symbolic for having intercourse, the conception of the New World Order. Hoover Dam breaking will be the symbolic birth of the New World Order. And it's hinted at many more places. New York, 9/11 with the Simpsons, also in the dollar. And then it really happened. And Homer is destroying Hoover Dam. Well, it will probably really happen. And the best hint, if you could say the best in something so awful, because many people are going to die, and when New World Order will be there, billions will die, was in a commercial for perfume. Perfume is also called water. That's why they call this the water, the perfume, the water of Issei for man. That's the brand Issei Miyake. And in French it's l'eau, the water, d'Issei from Issei pour homme, for man. And it says l'Odyssée pour homme. And it means the Odyssey for man. That's what they are implying. The Odyssey for man, the big travel for man, the big plan is coming to an end. And man is gonna die. And here was the end of this commercial. L'Odyssée pour homme, the Odyssey for man. That's how they hide things. Alike is explained in this movie Shrek. It's all true, people. Sorry, it's all real. I did not come up with this stuff. I only see what they're doing. And the problem also is with this Shrek movie, it's aimed at one person, so it's all pretty clear. But with us, the consequences will be in big things. Like, for example, this mass immigration everywhere, and the white extermination. Nuclear World War III, fake alternative energy at one point, no more energy. Tariff wars, the economy will collapse, welcome poverty, too many debts, pyramid game stock market, all these things are big. That's also, I admit, that makes it extra difficult. Solution is also harder. We don't have to search for this Fiona to kiss. We have to be honest, like it says in the Bible. Thesalonians 2:10, they are perishing because they refuse to love the truth and so be saved. We have to love the truth. That's our solution. So just stop refusing all these obvious hints, references and warnings in the media. People say they are not crazy. This is real. Accept that space travel isn't real. That the Texas church shooting was clear for everyone to see in the Kingsman's movie. And all these other hints everywhere. All you have to do is be truthful. What does it say about white race? That exactly, that is so hard.